Hello and welcome to Vacations by Tiffany. I'm your go-to travel agent specializing in cruises, Disney, and more. In this episode, I'm visiting Epcot during the International Flower and Garden Festival in the spring of 2022. As you first enter, you'll notice all of these beautiful topiaries. If you pick up one of these handy guidebooks, there's actually a checklist right in the front of all the topiaries that you can find around the park. Let's head over to Bambi's Butterfly House. This is a flower and garden fan favorite and has returned again this year. You'll find lots of species of butterflies and at different stages of their life cycle too. It's a lot of fun to walk through, and it can be very educational. As we leave the butterfly garden, we head towards World Showcase, where we'll find more topiaries and more food and beverage options. Also in the guidebook, you'll find a menu and list of food items for each booth around the World Showcase, and with spots to check off what you've eaten. That's very helpful if you come back more than once. But if you're on a short vacation, I would highly recommend giving yourself at least one full day to see and eat everything that they have to offer for the Flower and Garden Festival. There's so many delicious things to try, and the good news is everything is served in smaller portions, so you're able to have just a few bites or share if you have other people in your group. Garden Graze that you see here is a fun way to try certain things around the festival. You get a stamp, and then after trying all 5, you get a surprise treat for completing the list. Another favorite that's returned this year for the Flower and Garden Festival is Orange Bird merchandise. You'll find lots of things like coffee mugs, watering cans, spirit jerseys and shirts, as well as hats, sweaters, and limited edition pins and magic bands, just to name a few of the things that you could find. You'll also have lots of shopping opportunities as you make your way around the World Showcase. You can even get your own topiary. Speaking of the World Showcase, each of the countries has a different menu. One of my personal favorites is the scallops that you'll find near the Canada Pavilion. If you're a seafood fan, I highly recommend this one. Although the booths during the Flower and Garden Festival look a lot like what you'll see during the other festivals that they hold at Epcot, the food items are all different for the International Flower and Garden Festival. After Canada, we head into the United Kingdom Pavilion and find more topiaries from stories like Peter Pan and Winnie the Pooh. Next up is France, where you'll find the Belle and Beast topiary and many more food options. Each booth usually offers a beer or wine or a small cocktail. There's usually also lots of non-alcoholic options. If you want to, you can purchase a reusable spork to use throughout your day instead of getting a single-use fork or spoon each time that you try a new dish. After France, we get to the Morocco Pavilion, where you'll find a beautiful spice garden. This area smells really amazing, and you can identify each of the spices. The next country around World Showcase is Japan, featuring a really good drink, the cucumber cooler with vodka. And of course, there's lots of Japanese bonsai gardens around to look at. You'll also find more places for some great shopping and live entertainment. Each night of the festival, they have Garden Rocks concert series, featuring different bands every couple of days. Some of the bands have returned year after year, but this year they actually have a lot of new bands. You can find the list throughout the park on the My Disney Experience app or on the Disney World website. As we leave the American Adventure Pavilion and head into Italy, we find more topiaries to check off our list. Epcot is home to 4 different festivals throughout the year. There's the International Festival of the Arts, which usually starts in January. There's the International Flower and Garden Festival, going on in the spring. And then in the late summer or fall, you'll find the very popular International Food and Wine Festival. And finally, after that, you can experience the holidays around the World Showcase, or as it's called, the International Festival of the Holidays. Now keep in mind the dates of these festivals vary from year to year, so be sure to check online or ask your travel agent for details before planning your vacation. You can also find out more by watching my other episodes right here on my channel. And I invite you to subscribe to see new episodes coming out about upcoming festivals. Now we're in the Germany Pavilion, where you'll usually find a large variety of beer options. The pretzel bread with ham and cheese is another snack that I'd highly recommend. Now making our way over to the China Pavilion, we find more topiaries, and this year you'll find smaller topiaries representing the animals of the lunar calendar. Making our way now to Norway, you see the Anna and Elsa topiaries, as well as a troll. If you like to participate in scavenger hunts, you can purchase the Spike's Pollination map and look for Spike the bee all around the park. When you complete it, bring it to select merchandise locations for a prize. I couldn't pass by Mexico without stopping at the beautiful Orchid Garden, where you'll be surrounded by orchids of all colors. It's one of my favorite places to visit during the Flower and Garden Festival. You'll also find a potted succulent garden with lots of tips about how to keep your own garden at home. There's lots to do at the Flower and Garden Festival. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and visit vacationsbytiffany.com to start planning your next trip to Disney World. See you next time.